These three words, they're the ones that I live by. With bug eyes, there's nothing that he can't find. We all fly, don't give Buckman the stink eye. Do or die, Schmuel Buckman's an old guy. Schmuel rock and roll, Schmuel rock and roll. Go toe to toe with Buckman, he will eat your freaking soul, no doubt. It's Schmuel rock and roll, it's Schmuel rock and roll, Schmuel rock and roll. We get buck with Buckman, we know you're up to something.
Hugh Schmuel! I'm here. Good evening, everyone. First off, let's check the sound. Whenever I switch from EVMux or StreamYard to EVMux, there's always sound problems. So let me know how I hear, folks. And I hear well, but you guys should. Jimmy, I319, thank you. You're always going to do that. Sounds like shit. Thank you, Lady KB. I could not have asked for a more accurate description. So let's see.
Da 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 da. It was raining hard in Frisco. I needed one more fare to make my night. Lady up ahead waved to flag me down. She got in at the light. There we go. So we're oh my goodness. Oh, they both got their accounts suspended? All right. Let's do a quickie roll call. We're up against the big boys tonight, so probably won't have that many people here. I'm half asleep. That echo tore me up today, and I'm shot. Dave, Sarah will be joining us in about 15 minutes or so. So we have Dave, Slapjaw Timothy Smallwood for $1.99. Levy is devastated about Ko-Fi Kingston. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Thank you, Slapjaw. Appreciate that. And that'll go back up in a minute because we're using two different things here tonight. AB is here but left. Nuyorican is here. Brock is here. The Pineapple himself is here. Rover 4353 is here. Sam Bibley. Pineapple, like can actually do a dual watch. Please, Halls. All right. Nuyorican, been looking forward to that. I will probably disappoint. Hopefully I won't. Queen, Genta Loves. Hi, Schmuel and Cuties. Hi, Genta. Soran Ringholm is here. The final beat, living up in the disco. All right. Easy 1, 2, 3. No mic. We got the mic. Lady KB. I love her. Sounds like shit. There we go. Whenever I was on StreamYard, whenever I go from StreamYard to EVMux, there's always a sound issue. But it appears we have it corrected. All right. There we go. I think KB. Kahuna Nui is here. Sing Bull Machine. I wish I could. I don't know the words to that one. I barely know the words to Ghost Party. I can't even do Ghost Party. I don't even know what the rhythm is. I really stink. And Slapjaw Timothy Smallwood for $1.99. Backup. Levy is devastated about Ko-Fi Kingston. All right. Got to do a bit of a roll call. And always, I know I'm a smug prick and I know all that stuff, but I really, really appreciate you guys. As I always say, we wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for you. Decline host, Gentavirus. spreading all over. But she's the good kind of virus. So none of that hantavirus shit. Please, for the love of Christ, do not talk about Chrissy Mara. I was going to talk about both Christ and Chrissy Mara tonight. MGD. She's saluting. Shout out team. Salute Angelus. All right. I think we're in there, and I think we're doing good. And I don't know why. If something screws up, kids. Oh, perfect. All right, great. Lady KB, I have no idea what jewels do, but here's some. Thank you, Lady KB. I appreciate that. And let's just see. All right, so I'm open on both screens. Normal stuff. Oh, Roy Cohn Esquire is here. Very important. All right. Once again, I think I missed giving out memberships. One of these days, I'll figure out how to do it. Decline host. Schmuel, you should attack Brittany Venti and totally sweep for Chrissy. It's funny that you say that because I would if I could, but I can't. I can't. Having watched this whole mess over time, I'm kind of surprised that this hasn't happened to Chrissy before. And this Brittany is supposedly retired and came out of retirement. What is she, like 25? So, but yeah, came out of retirement because of this quartering stuff. So that blew me away. And can we get a 45-minute analysis of the pineapple dogging you? Define dogging. And look, I have my phone in my hand. Hold on, because I got to turn down. It was hot as hell in here, put on the AC, and now I'm freezing. So let's turn that boy down. Oh shit. Sorry, I went the wrong way. There we go. Should turn her down. Open your web browser. All right, let's say open your web browser and open your stream via YouTube. Go to gift memberships and it will give you the opera. Do not use Studio or anything. All right, I'm open. My YouTube stream is open on its own web browser. So there we go. Yeah, I knew that that's what it meant. I'm kidding. I thought that's what it meant. And I didn't feel dogged at all. I know the pineapple is here, but I was a little bit, I don't know. I don't know that there was much value in what we did today. I mean, it's nice that we'll now talk and shit on each other and whatnot, but I don't know. All right. And where would this gifted membership thing be in there? But there we go. Son Ringholm is retired, the same as having Down syndrome, asking for Norm. Pretty funny. I'll use it in a sentence. AB drew a sick pic of Sam B dogging the final boss while Serenity took it in the other end, but the boss didn't like it. Now you're starting to sound like Mr. Karmic, aren't you? That's like a karmic gig. All right, so there we go. Oh, look who's here. Stevie Lou Comedy, Laughing Disco. Stevie. All right. Let's just see. We'll move on here. All right. Memberships, please, if you'd like, they're $1.99. We have super chats, super tips. Super tip is supertip.gg/Buckman. I've got voice and the text ones, and to be perfectly honest, I'm more of a I don't have that many voices. So, and as much as people like to say that I'm a grifter, I haven't really paid a lot of attention to it, and I should. I should. Now, where did my? Oh, there we are. Sorry, kids. Let me just go to the right one. Da 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 da. So, my stuttering John moment. Why am I not? Let's just try this. Hey, we got it. All right, cool. All right, I can't figure out how the fuck we get this done. MGD, what was Cookie almost brought to tears by text messaging? Her boss, I think I told this story. Her boss got fired earlier in the week. She got a promotion, and but she's got a new boss, a higher level boss, a woman who went off on her, and she said she'd never been talked to like that before, and yeah, it kind of shook her, but she's better now. She came home. That's why I'm late. She came home, and I consoled her, and she's now off to the beach. So there you go. Stevie Lou Comedy celebrates 5 months of membership. Thank you, Stevie Lou. Who knew you could even do it for 5 months? Man, does time fly. So there we go. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Yeah, Tommy was giving Eccles a bit of a hard time. So there we go. She did. She's like, I thought she got promoted on my Dunmo. Yeah, she did get promoted, but she's not the president of the company, so there's always somebody above her. And you move up, and the people so the person that they brought in above her, and they got rid of her old boss, has wreaked a lot of havoc. It's all just new stuff. I could, but I won't. But we'll move forward. So Rover 4353 gifted 20 Schmuel Buckman memberships. Holy shit, Rover! Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Penny and the Big Dork received a membership. I'm sure they'll love that. Ron Fuddles Gimp. Connor 1234. There's another KB. And on and on and on. People who aren't here. Detroit. Stevie Lou. I'm coming for your job, bruh. As Kevin's bodyguard. So anyway, he did a good job. Oh, Soren wrote, "Mammy got one." Oh, that's great. Just what we want. I got myself one again. That's very funny. KB103, my alt account got one, but I didn't. I feel like I'm the only person on here without an alt account. All right. Jimmy I319, congrats to Daytwa for a Fatter Day appearance. Was that on KB's show? Is that where that occurred? Is that what Fatter Day is, or are we just talking Clown Town? So I do know that KB loves to pick off. He gets a charge out of picking people off from the smaller shows, but pretty. Who knows? Young Old Vibes is here. Shout out every bulb. All right. So I want to start off with let's just do a little of our friend Karmic here. I'm kind of what's the word I'm saying? A little annoyed with him. Only because it's like, dude, everybody told you, everybody tried to help you, and it's like he just can't take any responsibility for this. And of course, I'm blocked. Um, uh, but there we go. Da, 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 da. And I was looking up. There was something I was looking up from Karmic, but I can't find it. But what I did find interesting is that Tommy must want to get his channel taken down because I guess he's been restreaming or simul streaming Karmic's Rumble stream. Is that correct, or have I been fooled? Because that's what I was told. Um, it's just interesting. Hold on, I want to see if I can find it. Uh, wow, I wound up with. Well, anyway, he does seem to be traveling, so I hope he gets to go. Buckman got bones to pick. Not with Karmic. I mean, there's not really much to say. I just what do you call it? It's just the guy annoys me. That's all. And so I wanted to express that, and I wanted to express it on a stream and in public. So we're done with that. So do y'all want to talk about Chrissy Mara? I, I was on with Quad last night, and I was sort of like finding it at some point. Yeah. Can we get through it? Can we get through it? I am kind of fascinated and kind of amazed all at the same time that she really thought that she was going to have Melanie Mack on to talk about her conversion to Catholicism and Melanie's recent wedding. And I just think, like, if you put that as your show title and description, would anybody watch it? Would anybody care? But it was it sort of got me interested in something else that I think Bibli brought up. These trad Catholics, and the trad wives and the trad traditional. And so I'm looking at, I noticed it and I was looking it up. And so it turns out that what's been happening is, as far as religious stuff goes, I guess a lot of these young conservative types are joining the Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church, like the Greek Orthodox, those kinds of churches, leaving a lot of traditional Protestant denominations and moving on into the charismania, kind of the fivefold ministries, where there's a prophet and an apostle, and that stuff. And it seems to be, from the nearest I can figure is it's the right wing people, like the Chrissy Mares of the world, that all were very much like into Trump. And now that he's bombed, they're looking for something else to get into. So I can't I can't tell. Roy Cohen says they like the dogma and strictness. Which is sort of interesting that you say that, because from what little digging I did, it turns out that the Catholics, the Roman Catholics, those kids are all joining and going to like the traditional Latin Mass and that stuff, all the pre-Vatican II stuff. So I don't know. It surprises me. I was thinking, like, where did cool go, right? And I'm calling them right wingers, but Mir Musk, we don't like Zionists, Mr. Schmuel for $2. Congratulations. The fuck do I care? And it also seems to be a lot of there seems to be a lot of like and I hate to say this because I sound like an asshole, but white nationalists in there. I mean, the stuff that I get a lot of I'll get a lot of posts and messages and shit from these Jesus is Lord type people that, but they always want that. It's always to bang on either Jews or minorities or something like that. So pretty pretty weird stuff because it just seems counterintuitive. But what I'm trying to figure out, is it a grift or is it or do they really believe it? And it feels like a bit of a grift. And it's funny because Roy Cohen says, the strictness and dogma. Um, you know, I don't think the Catholic Church is that strict, right? And I know for certain the Orthodox Church isn't. The Orthodox Church is all about like community, not so much. And I do find it interesting that when you see somebody who converts to like one of these Protestant denominations, they're Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And I don't think I've heard that like from Chrissy. She talks about the comfort and things like that. You're saying, huh? Um, I think like the Catholic Church is against abortion, and like 80% of Catholics are pro-abortion. Um, the church is there's a million rules that nobody ever follows. So Shmuel Kumi spoke at a white supremacist rally and pretends to be Catholic and watches your show. Ask him about it. I would. Akumi doesn't pretend to be Catholic. I think his girl is Catholic, but I don't think he is. And I think you're talking about that Groiper thing with Nick Fuentes, right? It's another one, right? Isn't it pretty well established that he's a gay guy? So there you go. Yeah, I'm pretty good. My God carries a hammer. Yeah, it's very strange. I don't know, this whole thing. It's just like I'm losing everything on it uh, with these guys. But like my view of Chrissy has always been, and that sort of group of people is they've always been. What's the word that I'm looking for? It's always been like a grift, right? Like, um, but here we go. All right. Same set of questions, open-ended questions. How about what makes Gilly tick about this relationship, where she's basically raising an adult spaz? Hold on. Basically raising an adult spaz that cries a lot. That is MGD for £5. Thank you, MGD. Yeah, that's a weird one, right? So, the show always starts with just sort of a bit of rambling as we focus in on topics. Um, I think that maybe that's what she wants, right? Like it's she gets to take care of Karmic. It's like she gets to do that caretaker role. It just seems very, very weird. Christ is King, Buckman, and you will learn soon enough. I'm just wondering which Christ it is. I was watching something today with so there's like a rumble in the sort of charismatic word of faith prophecy things where this guy claimed that they claimed to have been invited to like a secret government meeting, and it turns out that so anyway, somebody got a congressman to call, and the congressman calls in. This guy Larry Ragland was the guy that said this, and this congressman calls in, and Ragland said, "Well, this congressman that I can't name or whatever, but he's from Missouri, called in and told us that all this UFO stuff is real, and it's all designed to separate us from God." And I thought I thought it was pretty funny. Well, the congressman heard about it and got uber pissed off. And it turns out the congressman did call in and he told these guys that they were being nutty, and they should focus on the Bible and not this stuff. And Radlin had to walk it back, but I guess when the news came out, there was some news last week, right, that the government was going to release UFO files. All these pastors started pumping out UFO stuff. The Alan Didio's, the Mike Signorelli's. I don't know if you know these guys, but they're all part of this charismatic talk to God, heavenly tourists, and all that shit. Mir Musk, $2. Griffey's New Griff, very original, Buckman. Hey, what can I tell you, Mir? You know, when you get something original, get back to me. All right. So, wait. Somebody says it's controlled, dum dum. By the way, I'm pretty. Yeah, somebody put up here that Kumi is a white nationalist. Probably, yeah. I think that would be. I think I don't. The thing about Anthony is like I don't know how much of the stuff he believes and how much of it is because it's. I don't want to call it a grift, but it works for him. So, but I do find a lot of these guys that say shit about black people all the time, or Jews, or any of that stuff, are also the ones that like individually they're great, you know, but it's really quite annoying. All right, let's just say, Lady KB, I kind of miss Carmi. I'm sorry, Lady KB, but he is on Rumble. I mean, you could go over there and do it. So, thoughts on Karmic being a Rotgut fan before he discovered Opie and Anthony? I'm ashamed that someone like Karmic was an Opie and Anthony fan. Declinos, I love everyone except Mexicans. So last night I was giving Ethan Ralph, I was attempting to give him a hard time, but Ethan's a tough nut to crack. And I had to laugh because he's like, well, you know, I'm a nationalist. And I'm like, you're a nationalist that moved to Mexico. So what kind of a nationalist is that? And it's guys like him that I find very distasteful, and maybe I'm associating the rest of that sphere with guys like him, and maybe that's why they annoy me. Mir Musk for $2. Chow's cooking something up. Make sure to tune in. Chow's been cooking something up for 2 years, so there we go. Hey Buckman, please play a clip of me criticizing you for tech issues. How about you send me one and then I'll play it? But thank you, Dean. You guys are all so fucking sensitive. You and Eccles. Oh my goodness. I was kind of shocked by what was happening today. That, you know, I would have thought that Eccles would have been big in there. You know, like solving our beef in Vegas when we were face to face. And he wasn't. I mean, he said he was holding a grudge, and I didn't do anything to make it easier for him. That's for sure. And there we go, Sam Bibley. We don't need any more Clippers. Union is closed. Sam, I could not. I don't want to say I couldn't agree with you more, but yeah, we right now we're full up on Clippers. What we need is more content before we get more Clippers. I would think. Mir has never come to the realization that he's Chow's pet locale. It's too funny. You know, I've been hearing that forever. That Chow lets Mir play the idiot, and you know Mir thinks that he's killing it and kicking ass, and Chow is laughing all the way. So there we go. Schmuel, you are so far above the Aussie guy. He's not even an anti. I like the Aussie guy. I think Aussie guy's pretty good. And Aussie guy was there. Peanut Butter 66 mirrors a showman. He puts on a good show. Okay. If drinking ladies' drinks and yelling racist stuff, there we go. No shit, Peter Sky Parker. Schmuel's using an eyeball filter. I have the eyeball focus thing on tonight because I thought it would be funny. I did that for my boy Sam Bibley. Let's see. Roy Cohn Esquire. Is there a wave day that just can just join the stream anytime he wants? Thank you for the $4.99, Roy Cohn. And Roy, where have you been? Dave does not have a link. Dave has control. Dave can pop on whenever Dave wants, however Dave wants. Get my co-host on. Very intellectual conversation. Skarika? I can't imagine that. That's terribly. We could talk about hair loss, maybe. I don't know. Cheap housing in the Bahamas. I don't know. MGD says, Mira, you should go live solo. Chow's dead weight. And tracking is a filter? Huh? I called it a filter, Peter. Jesus Christ. You're just so little, what's the word? Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm going to take a shot at something and see if it works. Whoa. Sorry. I'm a twat. Interesting. Let's just see Daytwa. So Daytwa, if that's your Twitter handle, I will send it there. If it's not, tell me what it is. Shmuel, seems like you're a sensitive one today. Seems like you're a sensitive one. I'm sensitive all the time. I was just what do you call it? I'm not really in the greatest of moods tonight. Kind of pissed off at everyone. No, Daytwa. All right. I thought you were asking for it, and the chat demands it. So decline, host. You didn't. I feel bad about sending Tom that death threat. Don't you guys hear a low humming sound? I'm sure I can. I think we all agree. There we go. So, all right. Enough with that. All right. So I went up. Whatever. It's been a weird week. The Chrissy Mare stuff was weird to me because it's like I haven't heard about Chrissy in like months and months, and all of a sudden she pops up with this, and I have to be honest, I didn't know. I guess she's bigger than I thought she was. I had no idea she was on Friday Night Tights. I had no idea that about this other stuff. But this is a brutal beating, and it was the thing with Brittany is I think there's some of these people, and you guys call them clout chasers or whatever, but I think there's like people that walk around on eggshells around some of these more powerful podcasters or whatever, people they view above them. And I feel like Chrissy had that rep, and that's why a lot of the women, particularly, treated her with more respect than I couldn't. I wouldn't imagine. Like I didn't think that she necessarily deserved, and it's like Brittany, poked a hole, and now the water's rushing through, and so I don't. It's going to be interesting, and so Josh, I do love you. Shmuel, did you take note that there were 4 trending topics related to Euphoria in the top trending this week? I tried, my man. I tried, and I just fucking can't do it. I can't. It's just like I can't. I can't watch it. I tried to watch that first season, and it's just like, it's creepy, young girls and drugs, and I couldn't do it. I lasted maybe 20 minutes or so. Um, Not Victoria. I don't play piano on stream and tell awful jokes. Blue Sky. That sounds like something. Uh, Schmuel would boot me, guaranteed. I'm too snarky. Oh, no, my darling. No, not at all. I am, what do you call it? Come with the snark. I am happy to return it. All right, Mira Musker, $2. You're spreading Buckmanoid virus. We did the virus joke earlier, Mir, but thanks for playing along and thank you for the $2. All right, this is fun. Diablo Sound. I'm waiting for HBO to produce Buck for you. Yeah, I'm sure that I'll be long dead when that happens. So, da, 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 da. All right. I guess I've delayed enough for Dave, and I'm just gonna have to rock and roll. Um, when does Tom Myers get here? Dude, I'm doing my best Tom Myers impression, and I think I'm actually doing it pretty well. So there we go. Uh, I'd watch. Yes, I go from a young Buckman to an old man, like I am now. Uh, MGDA, not Victoria, playing piano over other people talking is beyond rude and tactless. How do people get away with it? Oh, see, I thought ding, 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 ding. See, I was keeping my Dixon, you stinker. See, that's what I thought, MGD. But I don't think that's not what we're talking about. Oh, wait. He's awful, MGD. Dixon? Well, he'll be here Thursday. You can tell him that. I actually thought that for a minute you were talking about Mr. Blue Sky because he plays the piano on Clowntown, right? Or it's a keyboard at least, and makes music and makes jokes. So I thought you were making fun of him, but I chose to let that slide because we like Mr. Clowntown. Um, no, we're having a different, unrelated chat to what you're saying, Schmuel. We have been for almost 2 years. Exactly. I've told that's when you know that you're uh, when your stream is doing well is when other people do that. That's what I've been told. So there we go. All right. I was hoping Dave came in, and like I said, I don't really have a lot. I had shit prepared, but I'm just not in the mood to go there. I took a look. The Brittany Venti and the Ralph thing kind of interested me, so I wanted to take a look at that stuff and those guys a little bit. Um, the I'm always fascinated by these guys that like their lives are just like the lives appear to be like a living hell, but yet they're telling us how to do things and that they're better than us and more important than us and all that stuff. And that's totally, to me, that's totally Ralph, right? And so I was looking up. I just wanted to look up. I didn't. I kind of knew his history, but not a lot. And it turns out like he was a big deal at one time. Like he had a lot of followers. He had popular streams, and he just could not keep his shit together. Um, but I was not aware of being arrested for revenge porn and being convicted of it. And uh, luckily he was convicted under as a class 1 misdemeanor instead of the more serious charge, which would have made him a registered sex offender. And it's funny because when I asked about it on AI said he was a registered sex offender. I'm like, I don't think so. Like, I asked again and it said, oh, you made a mistake. But that's a pretty shitty mistake to come up. But I don't know, man. It's just like the dude is such a piece of shit, and yet there are guys like Quad and whatnot. They just seem to they enjoy him, and I just don't fucking get it. Um, and Brittany Venti seems to be smarter than she gets a lot of kudos for her character creation and curation. That was surprising to me. Um, Started off as a dummy, like dopey girl. Then did a setup where she claimed to be raped in a game, that she was being raped in a video game, which got her tons of followers and people covered it as if it was real. Um, and then on and on and on. But the whole anti woke category and, destroy the world stuff they're in, not something that I am too familiar with. Not familiar, but that I enjoy. Um, but it does say here that she hooked up with Gavin McGinnis took a liking to her, not in a sexual way, but that Gavin McGinnis took a liking to her, and that really helped push her along. So I don't know. I don't know what that stuff is. Chris Mack, you're the person that I've been looking for. Chris Mack. Chris Mack, video game rape is undesirable. I think any is undesirable. Brittler's entertaining. She actually is, which I'd say. All right. So Chris Mack, right? The whole Echo Pineapple thing, which I think we will get into a little bit if I can find it. I did have it. Let me pull it up. Da 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 da. So I'm gonna pull up today's. Oh, it's got this weird thing where you don't. I want to go into. So this was where. So apparently he pulled up 10 incidents where I was mad at him. All right. There's a big vault over there called Stealth Chaos Ideas, and we just pull from that. I think Brittany is the only person I've ever seen validate Perry's claim that he was sexually assaulted. So there we go. All right. So let's do share screen. The echo chamber. So and I will add. Put that over here. I gotta go full screen here. I was hoping that that Echo would have posted the chat, but he didn't. But let's play a little of this and let's see what we think.
Dabbler. But yes, I brought a few receipts as I've put them. Nothing drastic, nothing terrible, but maybe it will show you what I watch. Yeah, and why I got all butthurt about it. But yeah, let's have a look, pal. You okay to go for it? Is it 10 minutes?
Yeah, knock yourself out.
Yeah, nice one, cool. We will stop it at certain points as well if need be. But let's add it.
Thoughts on Luke 4-4 face reveal?
So I have done it in order, okay, just to make it a little bit easier. But these were, like I say, 4 to 5 streams before we went to Vegas, yeah? So to set
Jake,
context
thank
of
you.
why maybe I wasn't overly interested in being too pally-pally with you. Just a few things that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, potentially, yeah? So let's have a little look.
I have no idea what that's about, but I'm assuming it's Luke is not Luke chapter 4 verse 4.
No, on April.
Chris Mack, Schmuel, I get accused of being a smug prick all the time. Sometimes it's true. It seems like some of the stuff Eckel pointed out might have been understandable from his own point of view, considering the situation. That's why, in my view, Eckel got upset because of things that I had said about him, which were all very much things, the things that he had said about me all the time. Decline host, hell hath no fury, like a smile talker scorned. All right. Let's just let's go through this because it is sort of interesting. To me, it was interesting.
April 4th, Eckel will be doing a face reveal stream. He kind of wants to get it out of the way before Hackamania, so
Yes, I think I put in the description, Mochi. Well, you put mesh, so it's easy to make a typo, right? But yes, it was merch, but Freudian slip, I guess.
you all kind of know what he looks like before he gets there, I guess.
I will do
In
you all
case it
one.
leaks out, he kind of wants to get ahead of it, I guess. So yeah, on
So I'm wondering, did you maybe misinterpret what OG Mumbling Nick was saying there? Maybe you don't even remember it, which is fine. You talk to a lot of people every day, so it's not an issue. But he was essentially saying, people aren't going to know what I look like, yeah? I'm a pineapple. Well, unless you listen to me and unless you see my teeth, you're not going to know that that big fat guy was Echo Pineapple, yeah? Essentially. So that's what he's saying there. Did you take it a different way? Because I think from what I've kind of heard you talking about, you kind of thought that I was, worried about going to Vegas and showing what I looked like. Was that it? Or?
No, I didn't take it a different way. I thought you were preempting going to Vegas to show what you look like.
Okay, so you took it the exact same way that Nick. Okay, fair enough. So again, I tried to give benefit of doubt with stuff like this. And again, to clarify, this is all stupid and irrelevant, and who cares? But sometimes I'm pretty bad at explaining myself via text.
So this comes really from Eckel doing his face reveal before Hackamania, and Nick asking me a question, and I had no idea that this upset Eckel.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at it, and I think the most back and forth we've had where we've argued is back and forth via text and then over the phone. Mr. OG Mumbling Nick, I'm striking this. I never gave me permission for you. Well, just fuck off, Nick, you motherfucker. Sad news, everyone. His show has been cancelled. What's his show called? Dabbling in Politics is no longer going ahead. So sorry about that, Nicholas. I'm sure Schmuel will be devastated.
Sorry, it does take quite a while to go back and forth. I think he had 10 things, and I think we did one. But we'll get through this one. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's the same. I enjoy it.
I think this is why I hate you sometimes, Schmuel. So you've volunteered to come on for like an hour and a half. Unless there's like an emergency, would it be right if we kind of keep phones and messages and social media?
This is kind of an emergency. All right.
Okay, that's cool. That's fine. There you go. Just let me know then. I'm fairly reasonable.
No, go ahead. Just keep going. It's good. I got it.
Sure.
Me talking, I've heard it before, but my wife is telling me that she's, nearly in tears. I got to deal with it. I'm sorry.
He's not paying attention to. That's fine.
No, it's not that I'm not paying attention. The missus texted me that she's on the verge of tears. So sorry.
You need to jump off.
No. But I had thought we talked after that, but it was me missing. Apparently
he's been checking his DMs and lying.
I thought I got the text first and then the call. Apparently I got the call and then the text. So
sure.
Go ahead.
No, zero respect, which was fun.
Well, it wasn't zero respect. It was zero. You got up to go to the bathroom and I answered a chat thinking I'd get away with it.
Nope.
And you told me not to do it. So
that's not true.
Is that flagrant? Echo got mad because I answered a chat while I was on stream with him, although he's saying no. But his main thing is it wasn't that I answered the chat that got him angry. It was that I disrespected him. You were in disregard? Yeah, probably.
Yes, it's a lie. It's an outright lie. That isn't what happened. But let's have a look.
April 4th, we'll finally get to see what the fucking pineapple looks like. So.
Is he hideous?
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what's funny? He's seen me. I have not seen him. I actually still do not know what he looks like. There's been a couple of times he's like, if you stick around, I'll show you. And then I never stick around after the stream. So it's going to be new for me too. Yeah.
Wow. Because that's always...
Swear to fucking God. I know it's not overly fascinating, but I promise you, the clip's 10 minutes in total and it has you on it. So it should be enough to hold your attention. I promise you.
You've got my attention. I'm paying attention. I have to lip away to listen. So go ahead.
Got you.
When I met Cardiff for in real life the first time, I didn't know who he was. I would never have guessed. And then I heard that he leaned over.
I'm boring myself now.
Voice. So
there was a point.
That was pretty damn interesting. But I was laughing because I almost said,
yes, very handsome.
Echo, like, oh, you're gonna show us that you're hideous. Like, if he were really good looking, like So Thorough Joe Burrow, my even beloved chatter, like those guys tall and handsome, I feel like he wouldn't be doing this.
There you go. So that's why I don't think you understood what Nick was saying. Nick's argument was to preemptively let people know who I want to hang around with. Oh, that's Echo over there. Go hang around with Echo. You seem to be under the impression that I want to potentially, I don't know, fuck you, or maybe Husey or Rochi in Vegas because I want to, like, are we supposed to be really good looking to each other? Like, you're an old man. Like, you're married. I'm married. Who cares with regards to that? So that confused me a little bit. And you saying, "Oh no, I understood what Nick meant," and then literally we just played it here where you was under the impression it was for a different reason.
No, it's the same. It's the same reason, isn't it? I mean, Nick is saying that you wanted to reveal yourself so people knew who you were, right?
Yes.
And
So
I'm making a joke. I know it's not coming across that way, but I'm making a joke that if you were really good looking, if you were Clark Gable, you wouldn't, because you'd go in and you'd be like, "Oh, let me surprise everybody."
Yes, a lot of people are asking you to turn your gain down a little, if possible.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you very much. So yes, okay, cool. So I'm not going crazy with regards to that. You did deliberately maybe misunderstand what our friend Nicholas was saying, so that's fine.
No, you're looking for. Apparently, I mean, you're looking for me to be giving. Look at the smile on my face, right? Look at you were. What were you wanted me to give you give Nick a serious answer? I mean, I'm busting your balls.
Me. I didn't want anything. But yes,
no, well, apparently you did, right? Because you wouldn't be upset about it if you didn't.
How do you mean?
Well, you're bringing this up, so you're saying that I totally
whenever I say anything to you, you go, "I don't remember. That didn't happen." So if you've got it physically in front of you, you can't say that because you can hear yourself saying it, right?
Right, but I did. No, I'm not denying. I said it, but it wasn't. Right. It was meant to be, schmumor. It's just me trying to be, funny in my little way.
Sure. Okay, well, sure. Let's let Hefe jump the queue. Out of interest, was it just you trying to be funny, saying about the beads and what have you? When people,
I swear I saw beads.
When I got back,
I swear I saw beads.
So they laugh. So you say when you laugh, that's when you're lying and making jokes. Okay.
I didn't say I was lying. Jesus Christ! Oh. I never said I was lying. Just this is like, all right. So basically, this goes to my earlier issue. And the reason why I think we had an argument before you left is you seem very sensitive. Like you're very easy to go from like 0 to 100, like with anger. And what can I say? And I mean, you do comment like on my stream. You do comment a lot, right? Like clarifying statements I've made or
Yeah. Okay. And if I can address that real quickly, okay. I'm in a different time zone to you, so I stay up sometimes and I'm chatting in your stream, but eventually All
right. So enough of that. I can't do that. Hold on. Yeah, it was an attempt on Ban Josh Denny fan. I was trying to add some levity to that situation because I'm sitting there going that I'm being scolded over having made a joke about Eckel, who has been a pineapple filter for forever, going on and doing going to do this reveal on a drunk stream. And yes, I did make fun. I did say that he had a bead in his hair. He's got a weird haircut, right, with a little not ponytail, but a little like rat tail, and it seemed like a bead would be perfect. So I must have put that in my mind. So I just, what do you call it? It was just, I don't know. It felt very sensitive. And then when I was talking about the comments, there's I found Eckel will it's not, they're not just comments. I was looking at them. They were always like, they were more criticisms than comments. And it's like, dude, to me, it's like, you're another streamer. And it seemed like it was just almost like I don't pay attention to other people's shows enough to like note little things or note what you did with that you did something a week before and then I did something and then that was similar. And I made the joke of I had on a Thursday night said something like, "Oh, breaking news about Joey," and Eckel needed to point out to me that he had broke that news on the previous Saturday, and it was just it was so I don't know. I'd like to go through this thing again, but without the super chats and all that other stuff, so we could actually talk and not be constantly interrupted. So there we go. And Shades Cal 521 says Daytwa should be an honorary guest on MLC. 100%. Daytwa would be great on MLC. I think she'd take on Kevin a hell of a lot better than most of the boys that go on there and try to suckle his little breast. So, there seemed to be tension before Vegas. Yeah, we'd gotten into a big argument before Vegas, and essentially on a similar topic. It was just like, I felt like there was a shit ton of what do you call it? I don't know. It was tedium, I guess, is the deal. I don't. There was the only thing that was like, you don't understand my humor. You don't. It was just constant, and I was just like losing my fucking mind. There he is, David. You're here to save this.
Hello. No, you're doing
Hi.
fine. You're doing good. They don't care about you or what you're talking about. They're just talking to each other in chat anyway.
Cool. Yeah. So, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. Just work's been kind of consuming my life lately, and been golfing a lot more, and that's pretty much it. Been trying to deal with some family stuff so we can get my dad to New Hampshire. He doesn't have his real ID yet, so we'll see.
Oh, he doesn't have a passport?
Nah, it's he had one. We don't know where it is anymore. We can't sequester the number exactly. I don't know if you can. Actually, I should look at that this week. But hopefully the TSA ID confirmation thing will work. But we got to test that this week. So yeah, that's it. What about you?
Stevie Lou
interesting?
Comedy, you talk so much shit about people who go on MLC. We all know you couldn't hang on there. Yeah, because
That's right.
I don't. Dave is the only guy that goes on there that's got any balls of any kind. Everybody else just takes Kevin's beatings. Not for me.
I'm only good on there when there's very specific things that piss me off that Kevin does, which is like the Chad ball washing, and then the blaming of the of like the people who left their stuff in the locker. That was amazing. So I think I got a lot of good fortune from that. But other than that, I don't think I'm particularly good on that show or other shows, to be frank.
Yeah. Well, we're
Stop
talking about
inviting me on your shows.
dates wise supposed to be on MLC, I guess, on Saturday, Saturday. At least that's what my chat is saying. And I think Datewalk could hang with Kevin a lot better. I think she'd stand up to him a lot more than the boys that do.
Yeah. Daytwa is good. She's good on these shows. Way better than Lady KB.
Well,
Not to talk shit. That's my wife I'm talking about, but it's okay.
Oh. And Stevie Lou, I insulted Kevin, so it's just another uninformed dipshit take. Yeah, right. Right. Like guys don't go on there to get the shit beat out of them by Kevin.
I don't want to fight anymore.
I got you. All right.
Stevie Lou still needs to tell me like what
Stevie Lou,
sizes he
fake
wants
yelling
so much.
matches. You forgot to type fake in that last sentence. Very funny.
I don't think they're fake necessarily.
The fights on Kevin's stream or whatever.
Look, I don't really know what Kevin's necessarily intentions are with every little fucking thing, and whether he's actually hates something or whether it's performative. But I mean, generally speaking, just like he's having a Twitter feud with Luis J. Gomez right now. But like, it's just like, again, the only thing I say is, whatever you think about Kevin Brennan, most of these people, if not all of them, they all start off the same thing with, Kevin's the funniest guy, but he's hilarious, except, and it's like, no. Especially if you're a comic, anything you say after that is almost irrelevant and moot. It's like, okay, well, don't you get it? Sure. So whatever he says about me, I don't even take personally. I don't even care. At this point, again, of the show, it's the hacky meme I always tell people or show people, which is whenever they ask me why I like Kevin or why I ball wash Kevin, and it's the Darth Vader talking to Luke, and it's like, it's too late for me, son. Just save yourself, dude. Don't save me. I don't want to be saved. J. Cole.
Yeah, look, man. I got to tell you that I don't think Kevin did himself any favors. I don't know that it's changed anything, but that Rodney's gig, right? Hosting was like, you're kidding me. We're all here to see you, and you hosted. No new jokes. Nothing. It was very disappointing.
I mean, if you watch the show, you would have known that. I guess he said it pretty often. I guess I thought I didn't. He said whatever he said. I mean, he said these things that he was going to try to do some roast jokes. He thought about a couple things, but they probably wasn't going to try them. And then he just wanted to, I think, knock the cobwebs off the stage, kind of a thing. But I'm not gonna sit here and run cover for somebody who was not good on stage. I didn't see it, but you're not the only person to say that, and that's come from people who like Kevin too. But like, I don't know, what did you really expect? People going there for the hang anyway. I think even when I kind of sort of brought up the idea of doing the podcast there, I think he kind of liked the idea of maybe doing that, but maybe in place, and this is just all going off of feeling. Maybe it would have been good in place of the comedy show or something, but afterwards, he did like. I think afterwards was like no point, because he understands. I think that it's like, if people want to go there, dang, that's just the community that's, I don't want to say he's built or whatever, but that's just what the community is right now. They want kind of like a casual setting-esque kind of thing. And, live podcast would have been better, but this was cool.
Yeah, I disagree. I think that he.
Yeah, you did.
If it
say
was
that
just
people
Kevin,
were there
if it
for
was just
comedy.
Kevin going to be there, right? If Kevin said, "Oh, I'm just going to be there, I'm going to hang," he wouldn't have gotten as many people as he did. But because Kevin said he was going to be there and he was going to be on stage, he got more people there. But the place was what, 2/3 full or less, and it's like, I think he would have, if he'd done a podcast or if he'd said he was going to go on stage and actually do a set, he could have sold the place out.
Okay, I just want to like clarify that. Like, I didn't mean that like he was gonna try and that somebody's gonna try and sell tickets to just the hang. But what I'm trying to say is that like maybe a podcast for sure. I don't know, maybe not sold out, but I think it would have piqued the interest of people more. Maybe. Second of all, yeah, I mean, look, I don't think it was billed as Bob Levy's the headliner and Kevin's gonna host it. I mean, how much time does the host usually get in between each thing? Like, 5 minutes or something? I don't even know what jokes he did. Was it all Dabbleverse stuff? I didn't hear any of it.
It was, it was mostly crowd work. I don't think there was anything new in there. I mean,
It was
and
crowd
Ray
work.
did the, what do you call it?
The
Cray
roasting
did,
kind of stuff.
no, Ray did the They Can't Catch Us All.
Right. He told
And
me, yeah.
Kevin went up and Kevin was like, "Oh, Ray did that already?"
Oh yeah.
It was NJ Ranger, $1.99. So Chrissy, you see this? You hear about this?
Oh, we're gonna talk about Chrissy. Let's talk about Chrissy.
No, we'll get there. We'll get there in a minute.
Oh, you're doing the classic Carl teaser.
He was
I like
talked
it.
into doing a show by Levy a few weeks before. It was a Levy show. Come on, Stevie.
It was more than a few weeks before, and he was throwing out that way before a few weeks. But it was Levy's show. But he, okay, so the way I kind of remember it was originally he was slated to maybe do June. And then because Bob came on and they kind of hashed it out, and then this and that, they decided, all right, I'll do it on May 2nd. It's my birthday, blah, blah, blah. And I'll just host. And that's kind of like when they decided. And then from there, you kind of should have known what the show's. I don't know what to tell you.
I was under the impression that Kevin was doing a set. I didn't know he was hosting until he got there. And when he got up on stage, that's what he said. I'm going to host and Bob is going to be the headliner. Right?
Yeah. Okay, a little
Hermosil
shitty. For $25.
fishing.
For $25, 1 second. For $25, you can't. I don't think you can really bitch. Honestly, I think that I'm not saying you bitch. I'm just saying whatever. Like, I'm just saying For $25, you can't really bitch. Tickets should have been $40. But then people would have been pissed maybe about the amount of material he did.
Yeah, look, I'm not complaining. What I'm saying is, this notion that people go for the hang. They do go for the hang, but it's limited. And if he was going to do a show or he's going to do a podcast, and if it was really billed as his like return to stand-up comedy, he should have been able to fill the room.
Okay, I just want to, just because I caught Stevie Lou saying something about what I was saying was incorrect or false. Okay, I'll say this. I'll give this. Maybe there he was talking about it much. He was talking about it a lot more weeks and weeks before any date or anything was ever even mentioned or said. So okay, I'm referring to that. And you can't deny that because he was talking about it way before Bob came on. You know, okay, way before couple weeks before maybe. I don't know. But this isn't like something that's been, you know, this wasn't a last minute thing. People knew about it for a while.
Permaseal Finishing, $12.73, $9.99. Cookies in the big leagues. That welcome isn't unusual. Tell her it happens every day. The new boss is setting the ground rules. It's just a thing. Yeah, the new boss, by the time Cookie got home, the new boss had apologized to her for the way that she reacted. Just that it had a lot to do with she could not believe the new boss could not believe the old boss had been left to do what he did, and I think she was so frustrated she took it out on the cookster. Stevie Lou, why is Schmuel acting like it was billed as KB headlining? It was always a Bob event. Bob asked Kevin to join. Your pal Bob just wanted a quick payday after he saw Rodney's one. Okay, let's lay it all on the feet of Bob. KB always could have said no, right? Right? Or,
I mean, the event went smoothly and fine. I don't see anything. I don't understand why people are even bitching about the event. Okay, Kevin maybe doing a crowd work as for his first time was a way for him to not do old material, not do material that's not finished yet, and then also, you know, be kind of fresh and in the moment with them. Okay, and maybe it wasn't great. All right.
yeah, I didn't say. Look, I didn't say it was none. I didn't say it was bad.
Didn't
say it was.
So you mad that he didn't sell out?
Didn't say it was horrible. All I said is I was disappointed he didn't do any comedy. All right, other than host and mostly crowd work. That was my disappointment. But I'm also saying that it was 2/3. The place was 2/3, and I'm being generous with 2/3. And so my point is that if he had done, like you said, a podcast, or if it was really billed as him as a return, he would have sold it out. I mean, it's got to be somewhat embarrassing that Stuttering John can sell out the same room that Kevin can't, right?
Again, we're going back to this thing. I don't know if I was on with, if we were on with BYB or what I was saying before about this. Again, it's like, if you parse it up by the amount of like star power, they're each getting 30 people there. That's pretty much what it all comes down to. Cumia got 30, Stuttering John got 30, fucking Levy got 30, and Brennan got 30. And then maybe, you know, a little more here because they knew Kaylee and WATP was going to be there. Okay, and then what's his name? Who else was kind of sort of, who had a little bit of an audience there? And that's pretty much it. Like, you're going to get a couple little tricklers in here and there. But, like, no, they're not. Maybe if KB and Levy don't show up to the first show, you know, maybe 50 less, 60 less people show up. You don't know that.
No, if KB and Levy hadn't been there, I wouldn't have gone. Nobody would have gone. Right?
No, to the first one.
Oh, the Rodney's thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I was kind of I didn't know that KB was going to go the whole. Did KB say he was going?
The whole time. Even when they knew it was a blizzard and everything. When they were selling 16 tickets, they knew. He knew. He was going.
I will say, Kevin has some loyal people. I mean, those guys stick with him.
Yeah.
You know? he moves. It's like a swarm, you know. It's like the queen bee. Wherever he goes, he's got people following him.
Chad
Permaseal
Chad
finishing
counts
for
for a couple, and those numbers 30,
So-
30, 30. You know, fudge them a little bit, but you're roughly getting those people.
Uh,
Considering Kumi already brought 10 people, 15 people himself.
Yeah, I don't think that what do you call it? Chad sold any tickets, and I don't think I think look, Chad may have sold one or two, and Ray may have sold one or two. Let me get the super chat out. Permaseal finishing for 12.7 at Jesus. Permaseal finishing 12.73 for 4.99. Thank you, Permaseal. Guarantee the next convo with the new boss will go better, unless it doesn't. Thank you, Permaseal. Appreciate it. But like I said, she already apologized, so. By the time Cookie got home, most of the stuff was over. Ray also needs his $100.
All right, can I just explain what I think about this whole fucking raid debacle? Because I'm so sick of it. All
Sure.
I know is this. I don't even know what Brian Landon said at all, really. All I know is this. What I heard from KB on his podcast was Landon, at some point, Landon said he'd pay Ray, and KB gave Ray $100, and Landon gave KB $100. As far as I know, that's what it was said. And I don't know if later Landon said he gave Ray the money, making it seem like he gave Ray the money directly. These are all things you have to ask him. I don't know. Ray, are you and him on good? I don't know what your terms are.
Yeah, we've been
And then
talking.
there was somebody else I was going to bring up too after this.
I got the whole
But anyway.
Ray story. Ray,
Okay.
what Ray said was he was supposed to get paid. Landon had paid, taken care of everyone, but Ray had expected to get paid from Bob because it was Bob's show, I guess, right? Or Bob was the guy that was handling the money. Bob had already gone.
Yeah, that's gay. Go on.
Right. So he asked Landon for the money. Landon reached in his
remember now.
pocket, had like $4, and he was like, here you go. And Ray was upset about it. KB said he'd go get the money, and Mark, the owner of the club, tried to give Ray $100.
Okay.
All right.
Well, first of all, let me say this. Shame on Bob Levy for doing any of that. That's a lot of that is on Bob Levy. Fuck whatever Brian Landon said. Fuck any of this. Fuck any of that. if Levy was told by Landon, okay, if Levy was told by Landon that he'll get $100 or Ray will get $100 one way or the other, when time came to pay Ray, he needed to pay him that $100, and pretty simple. So making a big joke about all that stuff, whatever. That's the reason probably Ray. People were saying he was all mopey and shit. Is not because of the $100. It's because it's fucking Bob Levy being a fucking piece of shit, probably, right? And it's not an epic piece of shit. Everybody's drinking, having fun, shit on Ray, sure, but no. But he is still one of the comics. So either don't ask him to do this thing. Right? So either don't ask him to do the thing or be a fucking professional at something, especially when it comes to money. Just be a professional about it, just so we don't get this shit.
Yeah, but we
So,
also
yeah.
don't know but we don't know where Ray was because from what Ray said, Levy paid the other guys. So we don't know where Ray was at that time, and Levy had a really long drive and he wanted to get the hell out of there. So
Yeah, okay.
I don't really blame him for that. Permaseal finishing for $1.99. Sarah, stick to. I'm looking for Sarah in the goddamn chat, and I just figured it out. Sarah, stick to what you know, what you do best. Tell us Gino stories.
I wish I had more. More that I can tell, especially too. I can't right now. We'll talk about it later. But fuck. Very quickly. Fuck. Regarding what we were just talking about, the fuck me in my asshole. Oh, it'll come.
I always I always have a pen and paper. It's just part of whenever I sit down, I do one of those things.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, even if he doesn't have the money right then and there, it's at least up to Levy to be like, but like in a serious way. I'm sorry, I'll pay you. Don't worry, blah blah blah. I don't have it on me right now. Yada yada. And I think that would have been done. I don't think Ray was mopey for fucking $100. I think it was mopey because like okay,
He was disrespected.
It's like treat him, talk shit, treat him, do this, blah blah. But like when it comes to that shit, like don't do that. And I don't know exactly what happened, and so maybe I only heard kind of one side of the story. I don't even know if I even heard it from Ray or what the story was, but it just seemed like Levy just kind of blew him off about the hundo, and then like he left it up to Landon to kind of figure it out, and then Landon was like everybody was just being drunk and stupid. Basically.
See, I was just under the impression that Landon said he'd give him $100, and
yeah,
then,
right. That is true. That is true.
And then KB was outside. We were outside, and then KB came out. Somebody wanted to talk to him, and he's like, "I gotta get $100 for Ray."
Okay, right.
So,
and that, which is the right thing to do.
Right. So at least Kevin did the right thing.
And I don't even think Kevin even really made that big of a deal about it. I don't know. Later on, it got twisted into him trying to get paid 3 times or whatever, which is I don't think he would have, I think he would have.
Well, he got offered money.
Paid.
Right.
Well, I know that.
Like I said, the Mark guy offered him money,
I know.
and and Ray wouldn't take it, and I was breaking his balls like, Ray, $200 is better than 100. Like, you should have just taken it. I can't do that, man. Take it and not tell anybody.
No, you shouldn't do that, because then this happens.
So, did you see the Gino? Speaking of Gino stories, did you see the Gino stream? The next couple of days when he had Mark on there, the owner of Mark Yosef.
Briefly.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that the owner of this club just shit all over his customers. Just every sort of bad tropey thing you could say about the Dabblers was what this guy said. Now, luckily it was on Gino's stream, so none of the people who were there are going to see it. But, it was a bit offensive.
None of the people who were there were going to see it. Like, okay, but so, because Gino wasn't there.
Because nobody watches Gino's stream. That was the joke, all right?
Exactly, obviously. But, okay, can you just kind of like give me a short synopsis of like what he was shitting on with the people about?
Sarah is right. Every event where Levy and Ray are in the mix, Ray ends up at the end of his wits. Pottstown.
Well, I mean, it's not that.
Thank you for the 5 pounds, MGD.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, before we get into my next question, let me just say this. Fuck. Yeah. I don't.
Can I pop something up just for?
I don't remember.
I mean, I know we're not on Rumble, but I just pulled up YouTube to see if I could find that clip, and we have 69 viewers to Mersh's 67.
Well,
so
don't say that. Don't. It's fine.
Don't say that. I'm not supposed to say.
69 is low. Like I'm killing your stream probably. So.
No, I killed it earlier on. I had zero energy and.
Well, I'm not exactly bringing the energy right now.
Well, believe me, you are.
Okay. What were we talking about just before?
So Mark, basically, he was saying that
Mark, okay.
They all seemed like weird, like they were all weird people. Johnny Carson was he's a unique individual.
He's the pee-pee pants guy.
And he was going like, Johnny Carson kept yelling out, train. He's the fish cutting guy. And then it was like,
I know exactly who he is. I know.
The fish cutting thing. And then,
I get it. He's excited. Sure.
Yeah. That they're all weird people.
Some people are like that,
and yeah, it was,
I don't know
TJC, TJ Holly, NYC. TJ was there.
The weird people thing, but okay. I mean, it's a little weird just to come on and talk about, shows and stuff like in general that something epic happens. Like maybe the one, the Rodneys before that, I think was fine. Like this one, there was like really nothing. Even the video with Kiki and Brennan is like nothing. The biggest thing was that you guys left the video outside of Tommy Jordan's phone. It was like the biggest. So like, I don't see a reason for him to come on anyway. Just literally to shit on whatever. I don't know. I think he wants to be like a comic and cool or like seem like above it. some of his responses to some of the reviews are fucking weird. That he's like tracking IPs and shit, and he's like, "You work at the HR department in fucking some state." I'm like, what is this? What are you doing? This is terrible. Mossad
Right.
shit, dude. Jesus Christ.
And it's so Streisand-y, right? Like you get a bad review, the best you
Yeah.
do is write back. I am sorry that like sorry that you didn't have a good time. Come see us again or something like that.
Yeah.
But his system is so fucked up. That's what caused the problem, right?
I
The
guess.
thing with John when they were saying like he didn't get paid and people walked out on the bill and whatnot. Um, Look, people did walk out on the bill. You shouldn't walk out on a bill, but his system was so fucked up. It offered that, like it suggested that. It led people to do
Well,
it.
It ended early. Everybody panicked, and then I think the opportunists just left. I think that you gave them a reason to. I bet you there are even genuine people there that didn't even know that like the table they were at didn't pay also. So you know what I mean? There's probably a lot of that too. So
Right, and then he's got they give you the red. They'll give you like a little red sticker kind of
yeah, you
thing,
told me. Yeah.
right? And it's
And only
like
one.
they give you one. So if you've got like 3 or 4 people with you, people just walk out and go, "No, the other guy's got it," and the guy at the door is like, "Oh, okay." You know,
I mean, I wonder if it's a money laundering spot, and it's obviously not used to getting like even 60 people on a show like that. Because
Well, I
that
mean,
one was an obvious one. Like,
yeah, it does have the reputation of being like a produced show place,
yeah, because
like
they don't hire like full time servers and shit.
right, and they don't have and it's New York, so it's always a little different, but they don't have like regularly sort of scheduled comedians and whatnot, and like from what I understand, like the show that Gino does there on those Sunday nights is a like produced show. So it must be like they must get the door or something like that. You're muted.
So what does that mean? Produce show? Like Rodney's is producing it?
So Rodney's is not producing it.
Not
Like
producing it, yeah.
some basically it
Yeah,
like
they give it to Gino.
the equivalency would be like least time on a radio station, right?
No,
So,
no, no. All comedy clubs do that. Even the Comedy Store does that. Like Tripoli has like the first Tuesday of every month. Kill Tony was every Mondays. They sign a contract for 52 shows a year, and they get their shows or 12 shows. a year,
yeah,
whatever.
I'm was
This is kind of like
thinking.
that, probably.
I was thinking more like I use the term bringer shows. Where
is,
like
it is.
some open micer will take the lead and commit to paying so much to the club, and then everybody's got to bring, you're
8
invited to
people.
perform, but you got to bring 3 people or
Yeah.
whatever it is, know.
I get it.
So,
Yeah, it's
Um,
tough out there, dude.
but that's that club mostly. Should we talk to Ray DeVito?
About what?
I think he's calling me.
Oh, you'll let him know that you're live.
Hey, Ray, you're on the air. I always answer. Well, Ray, you do call me at 2:00 in the morning, but I happen to be on the air. Would you like me to call you? Would you like me to call you back? Oh, okay. Well, I'll be off here at about 11, so we'll see. And you just made that announcement to all of our chatters, so they can all skip out and go over there. All right.
Hi. He's muted, so I'll go ahead and talk.
You can't hear me?
No, you're muted. Now
Yeah,
you're
I
good.
can.
Now you're good.
I can hear you. I was yeah. No, I can hear you, Ray.
Well, if you want to join me, you're welcome. If not, all good.
All right. I'll talk to you in a little while. Bye. Sorry, I was trying to get him on the air.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh,
now
okay.
I can. Now I can. Yeah.
All right. Didn't seem like you could.
I mean, just Didn't have a response.
We couldn't hear the phone. I'm so sorry. He didn't say anything important, other than he's not Dabbleverse, but there are several
Hey,
issues that he
what's
needs
this
to
Tom Myers
address.
stuff? Are you fighting with Tom Myers?
No, they want to have Tom Myers on the show.
Okay. Do you want Tom Myers on the show again?
Yeah, I would love Tom Myers on the show, but he wanted like $150 to come on. I ain't paying Tom Myers.
Come on. Can I just tell him? Can I ask him, please? Jesus
Sure.
Christ.
Is he around?
I mean, like you can offer him like a split on the super chat or something like that, obviously, but like, come on, $150. Does he not like you for some reason?
No, he does that to everybody. Husey asked him to come on. He said the same thing to him.
Oh my God. What, do I have to get a letter from corporate to ask him if you can do it for fucking like pro bono or something?
He's a big star.
I'll get a letter of recommendation from KB. Jesus Christ.
He's been around for too long to do things for free.
All right, I'll ask him. I'm not doing it right now. You heard it from the man. Now that better be true though, because I'm assuming that it's true.
He was paid to come on Clowntown and didn't show up.
But was he ever paid? It went through?
If Big W says he was paid, I'm going to assume that he was paid, like that he got the money.
Didn't get the money, but that doesn't mean he didn't get a refund on it.
I know, but I don't know. W, tell us. Did he send the money back? And
I don't know. I mean, I get that he was paid, but like he's obviously not paid after he didn't no-show. But I'm just wondering, after he no-showed, was the money given back?
right.
What's the yeah mean?
He sent the money back. Is that what that means?
Brian Landon paid him. Now I'm really confused. Now I feel like we're going back to talking about Ray. Or if you're joking, so I can't tell. It doesn't matter. Okay, anyway. That's hilarious.
Where's that?
We'll see if we can get the big get from Tom. Maybe I can get a letter of recommendation from the CEO to get our department.
It's got nothing to do. It's got nothing to do with that. There's nothing to do with.
I feel like it does.
No, it has nothing to do with K Big.
Because why is it? Because if Tom Myers doesn't value his time, then nobody will.
Tom Myers is a get, and he wants to be paid. According to Tom Myers. Right?
Well,
Tom Myers is a star,
on
and
this.
the absolute best I can do is 50% of the net. Schmuel, pay up.
Dude, you want to be a man? Do the 50% of the gross.
I don't want him on. I'm not paying him anything.
Wow, then why'd you ask him on?
Because I thought he would want to come on because he streams to 4 people. So
Wow,
right?
now you're just
That's
talking
why-
shit. But now you're just talking
that's
shit.
why
so-
Husey. That's why Husey
So hold
wanted him
on
on.
here.
Husey's got like 400 people, right?
So let me ask,
like,
okay. But let me just ask you this. So then so you're mad because he's charging? Or did you have an agenda before that? Just
No,
curious.
I mean,
now
I'm
this
not
podcast
mad.
is getting good.
Jesus Christ. This is how this shit gets all tossed out. I don't particularly want the guy on. You said, why don't you get the guy on? I said, I asked the guy on, but he wanted money. I'm not paying him. So I'm not pissed off about it one way or the other. You're saying, then you went on to say, I'm going to get a letter from KB that says he can go on. And I'm trying to tell you, it has nothing to do with KB. This is what he requests from people. Jesus Christ.
No, but what I'm saying is, but then the little remarks about like the 4 people watching all that stuff, it just seemed like you're being a little passive aggressive. Is it?
Oh, I wasn't
angry
being
at you?
I was being aggressive.
Oh, okay.
Not passive at all. I just thought he had a lot of balls asking QZ or then saying he would go on here for 150 or whatever it was, claiming to be a big guy. I thought he had a lot of balls asking for it. That's all.
Wow. I thought balls are a good thing.
They can be, and they generally are. I mean, some people have balls, but maybe I'm thinking he was like thinking his balls were
Big
bigger
time
than
you?
they are.
You big
Yeah,
timed
that's exactly how it felt. Yeah, it's big time. That's the answer.
Wow.
That's the answer. That's the ticket.
Let me see. Oh, this is what I'll do. I'll ask him. I've always been extremely respectful to Tom Myers.
And so have I.
I've got no issues with him. But just because him and a lot of the other people that I have no problem with, just because I don't find them funny, whatever, or entertaining, doesn't mean that I don't like the people. They seem like fine people. I think it's cute that he gave Felicia a scarf, right? If we were close enough, I would,
Maybe
I'd
he
call
give
him-
you a scarf.
I'd be calling him, I'd roast him, in a loving way. But I'm not that close, so I'm not going to say anything negative about that because I do think that's quite endearing. So with all
Gotcha.
that said,
Gotcha.
we'll see. Maybe we
to
can
be
convince
honest,
him.
I know so little about him. I had no idea about Felicia and a scarf. I really do. All I know is that the guy's made fun of all over, and he got offered to go on shows, and he wouldn't do it. And Carl's, I think he's gone on Carl's, but Carl's tried to have. He wants. Excuse me. He's got demands.
Let's write
but,
an email. Or let's write a text message. Continue talking about whatever.
Dave, your power broker's arc is off to a terrible start, according
say
to
that? I'm power broke
Mr.
right now.
Stallion 19.
Well, I'm already broke. Oh, so I'm fucking power broke. I'm power broke. I am the power broker.
Lady KB, please have Tom on. Well, if you, Lady KB,
yeah,
if
well,
you can
we're doing
arrange
right
for
now.
Landon to pay for it, yeah, we can have him on.
No. Let's talk right now. Let's see what kind of corporate discount we can get. Is there anything specific you want to talk about with him?
This is a chat. This is a chatter request. I have no idea. I would have to think about it.
Before that, though.
Originally, I don't
Yeah.
remember he was doing. There was something he was doing. He had just gotten monetized or something, and it
Alright,
was
cool.
like it might be fun to have him on. I think he's a fun guy. I think he's an interesting guy. Doesn't he like call baseball games and stuff?
Yeah, he does. He's been around, so yeah, he's just he's a blue guy.
I was
blue
just-
collar. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought. What do you call it? I just thought it would be interesting. But he does. But for all the shit that people give him, he seems to be enjoying himself, right? I mean isn't that what's most important here? He's like what Chad could be if Chad had some other means of employment. Like Chad could be the happy warrior instead of the mean, miserable guy.
If the roles were reversed, Tom Myers would make way better use out of Chad's life than Chad ever could.
Probably. But I hear Tom is like calls baseball games and
Yeah.
does a bunch of other voice related stuff. Like he's out there, he's working. So
Yeah, I'm not sure if he 100% gets paid for those or not, but even if he doesn't, dude, yeah, I got nothing. I mean, the guy,
the Klein
whatever.
host. I've said horrible things to Tom Myers for years, and he always unblocks me. He's
Yeah,
cool.
He's fine. You were in there, and dude, yeah, he kind of. I feel like you were just being nice in there too. Like not even nice, you're just being silly. It's like, yeah, he engaged with you. You're being silly. I mean,
Hey man, I was nice to guy
He doesn't
when
want
the
mean
first day
people.
that he got monetized. I sent him a super chat to congratulate him.
That's
And that
good.
was because of Mint Diggity. Mint was a big fan. Mint was like, Tom Myers is on.
Yeah, Mint Diggity. I like Mint Diggity, but
I like Mint Diggity a lot.
When Mint Diggity likes somebody, I'm not sure the intentions behind those all the time. So
I'm probably mistaken, but I think Mint Diggity is pretty straight up. I think he'll fuck with people, but I think eventually it's like he likes them or I don't know. I think he's pretty straight up. What can I say? I mean, he
Yeah.
always has been with me, and
yeah,
he's a fun guy, gorgeous lady.
Yep,
So,
straight
Yeah.
neck to the top of the head. I'll tell you that much.
And
got a
he's-
thick fucking neck.
well, he's jacked, man.
That's from doing this all day.
Yeah, but he's like at Rodney's. I was like, wow, he's built. Oh, look at that, Fuck Mint.
I bet he chops. I bet he can chop up some sick fucking wooden logs, dude.
Ah. Hey, look at this. Buzamok, permaban from X.
So I saw the suspension. Where we got more info? Why the permaban? What happened? Come on. Dan got something too. Also.
Spill the
I
beans.
need some more info.
This is like a dangerous world, huh? These days, with all the
I just
striking
You
and
know what? Speaking of that, I should remove this. All right, continue on. Let me text Tom Myers, and I want to delete a tweet real quick.
oh, okay. I wonder if MLC on Rumble, he's gonna have to lighten up. I'm blocked, but when I do see his stuff, it's usually pretty brutal. And Lady KB, Mint's good people. He just likes to troll. I agree. I like Mint a lot, and Mint's always been good to me. He really has. And although he breaks my balls.
Also, too, like I don't know his relationship with Melton. Melton seemed to be going hard on him. More on maybe his looks than he went hard on me, but he didn't really like go after my looks, I guess. But so I don't take it personally, but I don't have like a history, and it seemed like, whatever, he talks shit, I talk shit. I don't know.
As a regular Mint follower, I can say that Mint is brutal to Melton.
Okay, so they're not like okay.
No.
Okay.
No, Mint
Well,
has
I'm just curious.
always been, and he always spells his name wrong. Right? He always spells it Meltin, and generally followed by fat fuck and other things. So
Yeah.
it's pretty
Hey, look,
funny.
Look, I went to Hackamania. I got no problems with Melton. I'll catch him here and there, but it's like, when you live next to the volcano, you meet people from other sides of the tribes and different volcanoes. Like you don't necessarily have to like the volcano, but it provides something for you. Volcano.
Yeah, he
might
just
be
doesn't.
a bad example. Tree.
Look, he just but that's you're saying like he goes after Mint hard, and I'm just saying that's why.
Specifically there, it felt like maybe it was personal, so that's why I was asking if it was sort of personal between the two of them, like if they didn't like each other for a specific reason.
I
But not- yeah.
I think that Melton could assume that Mint's trolls are more than trolls and are like personal slights.
Really?
Yeah, because Mint is
Okay.
pretty brutal. I mean, Mint just doesn't, he doesn't just troll. He goes
Goes to
hard.
town, but like in
Oh,
what way?
yeah.
Like
The
like
PDF stuff, the fat fuck stuff, the loser stuff. I mean, think anything that you can think of, Mint has gone there
like
with Patrick.
okay. Well, okay.
And I have a feeling that I think what happens is sometimes with some of these trolls, when people say, like, Mint is brutal, right? But then people go, oh, I like Mint. Like, Mint's a good guy. I think that creates a little cognitive dissonance in some of these people.
I don't know. Did whatever. We don't need to get into it any further, but I'm just curious, did they ever meet at an event? Was he a fan before, quote unquote? Was it just like, how did it spark necessarily? I'm just curious. Was it just a random
Mint
thing?
has been at AC pretty much every
Okay.
year since, and he's also
you
a
go.
big KB guy. And
Yeah,
as
of
Mint
course.
says, yeah, I call Melton an AICP apologist because he is.
Okay, I like it.
And,
All right, now that I know the lore.
Yeah, and Mint is a big, like I said, a big KB fan. So I hate to say
Yeah.
that I met Mint in another man's bedroom, but it was at the KB event.
Yeah, see, well,
Lo-
there you go. I mean, I think for the most part, yeah. Okay, cool. That's it. So,
Yeah, I do like this. Mint is simple. It will be interesting to see how far he can navigate. Yeah, I don't think Mint's all that simple. But
I'm just saying, regardless, a motherfucker like him is gonna survive way longer than most of us when everything goes to shit. So,
oh, exactly. Oh, I'm dead when it goes to shit. I'll never get out of
how long
Hoboken.
You know how long you can get that fucking neck into a foxhole, dude? Or like into like a fucking crab cave?
Maybe.
Start holding your breath, dude, you'd be a beast. See
Yeah,
more
there
neck
we go.
jokes.
Very, very funny neck jokes. All right. Mint is backing down here. I think he's funny. I'm not a big fan, to be honest.
There you go. Well, see, it's the opposite. I see. For me, he's whatever. He's not even that funny to me. I'm just like, I'm not. Fan's a weird word. Just I'm not a hater. I think he's fine. Melton, I honestly appreciate the Hackmania stuff. I like that. Even if he has some
Look,
making
that's
money.
part, that's part of the difference between, when we were talking about the Rodney's thing earlier, right? When these other guys put stuff on, they tend to be produced, except like when they'll specifically say Atlantic City is just a hang. We're not doing anything there. And everybody knows that. So,
Yeah, sure. And I mean, fucking Kevin's 60 and he doesn't know, doesn't have 2 monitors. So the idea of putting on a show yourself and like, you don't have to know every single little thing about doing it, but you have to know enough to not fuck yourself, number one, and then and also to have like a successful event.
but isn't that like what I feel like Kevin has had to do this in his career, right? And he's got like Stevie and there's just so many people around him. It feels like somebody would put this shit together for him. I always think maybe KB doesn't trust them to do it,
What?
or
Do
he trusts
what?
Chad to do it, and that's never going to come off.
Do what?
Like put a show together. Not the show itself, but like the tech part of the show.
What do you mean that he's had to do this before, Kevin? What does that mean?
Well, because he's been a stand-up comic for 100 years, right? Like, you go to clubs, you know how to use a microphone, you know how the lights work,
It's just like
right?
a
You got to
whole
know some
different
sound
concept.
stuff.
And like, so I've said plenty of times that not that live podcasts make more money or have more people at their shows or there's more, not that. But it's definitely, in my opinion, more of an uptrend than stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy shows, I think, are on either plateauing or on a slight downtrend, very saturated. There's going to be a lot of space for these type of shows. I think like these live casual kind of 90-minute, 2-hour podcasts is kind of like where it's at. People can be like loud, interactive, and then people get exposed as being good or not good. That's not even, I don't think that's anywhere near to what Kevin's thinking. It has to like, something has to be like presented to him for something like that. And
No,
I
yes,
don't
somebody
think-
would. Right. It's where I would think if you said to me that, we wanted to do something like that, I'd get on. The first thing I do is get on the phone and call you and say, what's involved? I just feel like there's enough people in Kevin's orbit that if he wanted to do it, it could be done. But my question is, I feel like it would be a limited utility to him, right? Like, it's not going to increase the number of people watching his show. It's not going to increase his super tips or super chats. And he's not trying to build anything. Right?
I don't know how to answer that because I'm not gonna sit here and like assume what he's thinking. Recently, just from talking to him for more than a year, I'd say, he's been very slowly, trying to cook up ways of making the show better with interviews and stuff like that. First of all, let me tell you, I've failed miserably because everybody he's asked me to basically get, have not been able to get. And then, so, I don't know.
This was my point. Serenity now. He's trying to wind down and retire, bro.
Yeah, he says that though too, man. I don't know.
Can I tell you, the closer I get to like actually retiring, the less I want to retire. I don't know.
Exactly.
You feel like
when you have too much fucking time on your hands.
you're giving up like it's the only part of your life where people think you're important.
You know, I'm not gonna like, especially at your age. I don't know what your situation is, but like, if one person retires first, and then the other person hasn't retired yet, too, there's like, you got a lot of time on your hands, and then when
The time is fine. I can fill the time. I just picture Cookie going, "What did you do today?" You know, and coming up with jobs for me to do and chores.
well, she
And then
should.
somehow-
just make a list. That's what my mommy does with me.
And then she'll
I'm
send
the
me
one
to
who
like.
I'm the one who implemented the list actually.
She'll go, oh, I heard Home Depot has good jobs for old men. You know,
Costco.
You should go there.
Yeah,
You know,
you're
and-
doing fine. You're making more money than You made more money than I have already.
Yeah,
on
I
YouTube.
don't want to work. That's not gonna.
You're doing
I'm not
fine.
working. That's
No,
all.
you're gonna grift off that.
Hey, look,
14 million.
we worked on this so that I could do it. Cool. All right, let's move on from that and let's
Let me
just
get water.
all right, cool. And then I want to head towards wrapping it up. Chat. I kind of want to talk with Dave about the quartering Chrissy Mare stuff. And that's pretty much really what I've got. I kind of want his take on it. And, but if you guys disagree and you don't want me to do it, speak your piece now, and we'll go from there. Big W is snipe Ray. I'm not sniping anybody. Ray should snipe me, and I'm sure that the great thing is that's Granny's show from the shit house is if you ever like can't get into my stream, he's always sniping me, so you can always see it there. But yeah, I don't what do you call it? I'm not sniping anybody. I've been complaining about it, so I can't really be doing the timbre. Isn't timbre like doorbell or something? Am I right or am I wrong? And OG Mumbly Nick getting brutal. Stealth Chaos. From OG Mumbly Nick, we can't all have the gay pride flag voice. We can all try. Oh, timbre, as in the sound of your voice. Gotcha. All right. So are you, how much have you been following any of this quartering stuff? And
Pretty closely. I might get some things wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong. And very quickly, I don't know why Buzmak got suspended or banned. I saw suspended. I didn't see banned, so I don't know.
yeah, W put permaband in the chat. That's where we got that from.
So I don't know.
Don't blame me.
Didn't see the tweet.
All right, so
Yes.
quartering was threatening to strike people and whatnot, and I guess a bunch of
Yes.
people got struck and lost. Supposedly, there's like 14 channels, which is probably means it's like 6, but it doesn't
Okay.
matter. One is too much.
Okay. That I didn't even know. I only know the Kino Casino stuff.
That's what I thought too. And then Brittany Venti said
Okay.
more, and then Chrissy Mare on something I saw her today, whereas she wasn't on. It was just a clip or something where she was like, all the channels that he affected should get their streams back. So
Oh yeah, of course.
it had to be more. So what did you think of how Chrissy handled it? Do you think she got into something? You think she could have avoided it, or?
Well, I think I think that this is exactly what I believe. That she actually didn't really know too much about the quartering stuff, other than like the striking. I don't know if she really understood how much it was being, clipped and trending. Number one. Number two, she should know. All right. I bet that she's kind of sort of lying about some things and not other things, like as far as like what she actually remembers or not. And I'll say one thing about the text messages. Sorry, let me have the water real quick. Sorry. Mouth is so fucking dry. Okay. The
Makes
text
her a
mes-
good girl, Chris.
The text message, like being on red and all that stuff, like I've a lot of times had a text message. Well, so then that would say, so like if I send a text, right, and then I get a message back, it doesn't really like chime for me. If I'm not looking down on it, I wouldn't necessarily know. If I went back, I wouldn't necessarily know sometimes. So I'll throw that out there. But also, I think she was trying to hurry it up. And so, like, if you want to blame her for seeing it and lying, completely plausible.
No,
and,
she was.
and honestly probable.
No, it had it. Look, it was. Venti explained, the red receipt. Chrissy has her red receipts on, and if you see like some of them, people that have it on, you can tell whether when they've read your thing. But Chrissy was also doing the old looking at her phone, going, "Oh, I haven't heard from Brittany. I haven't heard from Brittany." So it was like,
So the selective super chats, no good. Terrible. Both streams.
especially when she's like, "Oh, I'm not going to read the negative Brittany super chat. I'm not going to do that." And then read something that was just glowing in praise of her or Melanie,
So all that's like obviously like phony. Like Chrissy's obviously she's like pretend. She's like a pretend broadcaster that like got kind of she struck gold sort of. She's funny here and there, but she's like it's not like the first thing on her mind right now. That's how I look at it. So like she should have known probably. I don't think she was like trying to like grift off of this and grift like every little thing. I don't think she's like looking at it like that. Like, okay, first I'll have that and then on top and then I'll have this person. I don't think it was like that. But the Christian or the Catholic shit is gross. It's so obviously fake and lame. So all in all,
it's like
poorly she did.
It's the same thing that Steel Toe's doing, except that Steel Toe was raised Catholic, so he just went back to the church. Chrissy had to convert, from what I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good
But
point.
I was
Well-
reading that thing earlier. I talked about it earlier. It's like these people are going to the Catholic. There's a whole bunch. Tradcath is the term, and there's a whole bunch of these like anti-woke right-wing people joining like the Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church and some other ones. But then they want to go to like the old Latin Mass, the pre-Vatican II, and in any event, I don't think Girthworm said Chrissy lies and lies regularly. She looked very uncomfortable to me lying the other night. Now, I don't know whether she does or she doesn't, but she was very uncomfortable with the way she was handling it. And
So basically, the fact that Brittany uncovered this very specific thing about Chrissy, I think just completely shows how much of a fraud she actually is, which is great. So like overall, I think it's good. Brittany, I think she probably went a little overboard. I think she had to go that. She really like made her say uncle basically, and $2,400 in super chat money or some bullshit, maybe more.
yeah. I would. Yeah. So
It's not good for her. Not good.
my feeling from the very beginning of this is like when she had Melanie Mack on and people were giving her a hard time and like let Brittany on and she was like, "Oh, I'm trying, I'll send her the link." She always like she was trying to play both sides of the fence, and that's where she fucked herself. She should have either just said, "No, I'm not doing it," like come right out and say, "This is not what this is. I don't care about that." Let somebody else deal with it and been strong about it, or say, "All right, let Brittany on and let her on," right? One or the other. But she was trying to like please Melanie and keep the sort of Britney side happy too, and you can't ever really do that, you know.
Yeah. The whole, do you know like the background of like why all this happened? Which is
Yeah.
basically quartering is a piece of shit now. He was like is stealing content. He was like getting cucked by some Jewish dude, blah blah blah, whatever. And he's paying like, he pays Melanie Mack, and I think he pays Chrissy too, for ads. So they're sponsored by him. So
Well, according to Chrissy, Jeremy paid for something at the Content Hotel.
Okay.
That's what he sponsored, not her
Okay.
show.
I could have sworn. Okay.
So, but the big thing is that Kino Casino, right,
Yeah.
was murdering Jeremy Hambley, just murdering the quartering, and they've been doing it for a long time. And the quartering is like super reactive, right? Just keeps reacting. They ratcheted it up, and then that's when the quartering was like, fuck you, I'm going to take these people down. I'm going to, what do you call it? I'm going to get my contacts at YouTube to mess with them. And then channels came down. And so it looked like really bad.
And then there was like the Discord got deleted, and then I think something happened with Count Dankula today or recently, because didn't they have a channel together called The Incredible Salt Mine? And I think he nuked that one possibly.
Right. Yeah, he nuked, right. And he nuked Count Dankula. There was somebody else, the Bearing maybe. He nuked, and he nuked a bunch of his stuff. And then he was like, "Oh, I panicked," and
All in all, it's bad stuff.
Huh?
All in all, I think it's bad stuff. I think Chrissy kind of just was going into like sort of maybe friend girl mode of protecting Melanie Mack in a sense, while also, maybe looking at the dollars. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about my conversion. It's like, fuck out of here, stupid. But there is something to be said about not necessarily letting the super chatters dictate what you're gonna do. If you're willing to risk that with your audience, sure, I guess it's a bold thing, and this is gonna be a quick couple bucks probably if things will get refunded, obviously, and then what? We'll see what happens. When
I
the dust
think it's
settles.
not. I don't think it's as easy to refund super chats as
It's pretty easy. I've
you
done it
might.
before.
Have you done it?
I have, yeah, twice.
So, and they not a lot of pushback.
It's very quick and no.
And what was your reasoning for doing it?
I don't remember.
'Cause you have to go to YouTube, right?
Didn't get what I paid for, some shit like that.
Okay, because I was under the impression that it might be a little more difficult on Google. So
When I was mad at Papa Kill, which I'm no longer mad at Papa Kill anymore. And it was
you
done
fights
on
you get mad at
Clowntown
everybody.
channel.
You get mad at everyone every now and then, don't you, big fella?
I mean, it's a test. I get I'm two reasons. Like, don't come into my fucking circle, but also, if we're gonna hang, you gotta be able to handle the fucking my fire, dude. You gotta come over. Like I say about being DeVito'd. You gotta get. I don't know what the word I'm gonna use for this word.
All right. To be fair, Dave didn't start that one. All right.
But being DeVito'd, it's like in this case, being DeVito'd would be good in this case, because then you're my friend.
Ah, you're so sweet. Yeah, so I looked up. It was funny because I was doing for BYB last night. For BYB last night, I was looking stuff up for doing the stream last night. So I was looking at Ralph stuff and Britney stuff and kind of quartering stuff and the Kino Casino stuff. And AI, I thought was very funny. It has like a flow chart of how Kino Casino squashes Jeremy Hambley, and it's got like he's got like, it says low tier because of his reactiveness, and then down at the bottom it's got Ethan Ralph, and then they just have in parentheses lower.
So it's
They-
like the S tier thing.
Yeah, it's like they they
pretty
must
funny.
kill him.
Wow. Yeah. They do their homework. They watch a lot of stuff, and then now, once you grow enough minions, I don't know what the word for them are, but once you grow enough of them, they start doing the work for you, buddy. And they
Yeah,
go
that's
to
like-
town.
Set right, and then because
And with
it's
AI.
impossible to be watching all this shit all the time, right?
Use AI, and it's over. But PPP. So I have a question. I'm stupid. So KB mentioned something about something. Is PPP an attorney?
No, PPP is like a fat kid. He's
Okay.
mid-20s or
potentially
something.
Criminal's the only attorney, and then Warski's nothing either, right? He's not an attorney or
Right.
anything.
No,
Okay. I just
no.
wanted to
There
make
was there was a show the other night where they were all sitting around, and that big, heavy set guy with the beard, the attorney in Ohio,
sure. Yeah, that's
N-
potentially criminal.
potentially criminal. He was doing,
Sean,
yeah, he had a show with those guys the other night.
who I enjoy him.
He's great if you don't mind, him getting it wrong 80 to 90% of the time. He's
I wouldn't
great.
even know.
It's like in the steel toe thing. It was just like everything he
Stalin?
predicted was wrong.
See what
know?
Stalin has to say, dude. Wow.
What about potentially criminal?
Well, I mean, you like, I don't know. Let's see if Stalin comes to potentially criminal's defense right now. Ooh, his defense. Get it?
Gay. But yeah, and I got some inside dope on that guy. So about his career. So be nice. 666 Dave is stupid. So there we go.
I agree probably, but I just want to be more specific on what am I stupid about.
I 100% agree. Tom Myers would
Oh,
be
yeah,
doing circles
shit.
around both these guys.
See, it took too many edibles. Let me message him. Keep talking.
Hack YouTube lawyers, says Girth Woman. These guys got, you take middling attorneys and, like Ricada, right? Hit on that Johnny Depp thing.
Damn,
And
everybody
boom.
just hates potentially criminal, I guess. Is that
That
bad,
blows up.
though?
He is that bad, I have to say.
Jesus, why though? Like, I get, okay, stop. Before you
I mean,
answer
I can
why-
give, look, I
Stop,
could,
hold on.
go ahead,
So
go ahead.
there's like personal weird shit about him.
No, it's not personal weird shit. It's just, career, like his
Efficacy.
career. Like his career is not stellar. Let's put it that way.
Okay, like he didn't win enough, but nothing illegal.
Nothing illegal, nothing, just
Okay.
not, just
Yeah, okay, I
ve-
get you. Sure.
like a very
Bystander.
middling career. Look,
Gotcha.
let me put it
Teacher
this
level,
way.
like a teacher.
If you had something important on the line, he would not be the guy that you would choose. Right? And
Wow, dude. On anything, what does he do specifically? Do you know? What was his specialty?
I know he did work in a prosecutor's office. He worked at the public defender's office. But like in really, really rural Ohio, like in the middle of nowhere. And
Okay.
it's been a long time since I looked it up. So I don't want to. I just remember there was. I know there was a public defender thing, and I also know that there was some prosecutor's office. So
That's
Chris
crazy.
Mack.
Everybody's like he's wrong about everything. Wow. Okay. Wow.
This is
Alright.
exactly right. He's wrong about everything and allows his own personal biases to color his legal opinions. You know how Vince does that? Like Vince will use his personal bias to cover his legal opinions, but it's like Vince does it in what would be considered a creative way, and this guy just makes stuff up, like the Dr. Steve thing with the note, the medical note. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to
100%.
explain.
I'm waiting for you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
And it's like,
what did he
it
say
is-
about that?
Practicing medicine without a light, like all sorts of bullshit. And it's like, that wasn't the issue. The issue had nothing to do with that, right? What happened was in court, Aaron's attorney could not find Dr. Steve listed as a doctor on the name of the company. Right? There was on the letterhead.
I
It
got
wasn't
you, I
Dr.
got
Steve's
you,
letterhead.
sure.
It was a letterhead from a company.
Sure.
Dr. Steve was not one of the doctors that was listed apparently on the website.
Right.
So the attorney told the judge that he thought Patrick was submitting a forgery. That's what this was all about.
Wait,
so it wasn't about
who said they thought he was submitting a forgery?
Aaron's attorney.
Oh, okay.
So
And
that they did not believe, I shouldn't say this, Amir, they did not believe the validity of the letter. So
Sure.
it really had nothing to do with Dr. Steve. It had to do with Patrick was submitting a fake letter, which it wasn't fake, and it never was.
Okay, so then what was potentially criminal talking about? Whatever, we don't have to get into this right now. It's not
Yeah,
important.
no,
But it's
potentially
just a
criminal
side
was
note.
just going off on all sorts of weird
I
things,
guess
but it was
blame
like
Stalin 19.
the issue wasn't there. Why would it blame Stalin 19? He's just clipping what people say.
I guess I thought that he was clipping him because he believed what he was saying. But maybe he does. And maybe he still does. But maybe particularly he did or didn't. I don't really know.
Gee, I would think Stalin 19 would be clipping him because he thought they would get views. But color me skeptical.
Fair enough. Lord knows I don't know the clipping game.
Yeah, nor do I. Do you think we have too many clippers or just enough?
Too many clippers. Everything's turning into clips, I think. In my there's gonna be a place for long form. There's gonna be a place for thing. And I don't know what those places are yet in my brain. But both things can't be both things. Like, for example, I don't think, like, YouTube will do fine because it's so big right now. But eventually, you know, Spotify's starting to do video YouTube, podcasts. They've been doing it for a long time, but now they're really rolling it out. And then, eventually they'll do a live thing eventually. And then YouTube will have to decide, because they're getting dominated in that space, I think.
YouTube's strength, I don't think, is in live. Right? Their strength is in uploaded videos.
I don't know what it doesn't seem like they make that much money off of super chats every year. And ads are probably not that much different, but maybe not, because ads might be worth a lot more on their live. And they may be, okay, I'm going to try and get very technical and I have no idea what I'm talking about. But, they may actually pay out very well for those ads while the person's live watching something. I don't know, though. Whole different aspect. I feel like it's such a sort of a minimal thing, but maybe not, because you can't really, straight up cash in your bank for a full month. It's pretty good, I guess. Millions of dollars. Definitely the money laundering happening. However, but I don't think it reaches $1 billion.
You guys are
in
so
a year.
cute. You're all money laundering. Everything with you guys, everything with you is money laundering.
I'm not gonna get into it right now, but this one Brazilian channel, 100% is money laundering. But it doesn't matter. So, long form. The question is, I think YouTube wants to do short kind of a thing, but as you can see, what was talked about on MLC, very quickly, I'll be with this. Chad is retarded. Okay, when you looked at Earl's numbers, he's like, these are fake numbers. He has 15,000, 60,000 views on one, and there's only so many comments, but there's a shit ton of upvotes. Okay, which is in Earl's favor. And second of all, he doesn't understand that the vertical stream thing. I'm just gonna say it one time. I'm not gonna get into the whole thing. The vertical stream, when you stream from your phone, the vertical stream, you could do it ways from OBS and other things. It taps into the phone scrolling algorithm, and somebody even if they click on Earl, who they're subscribed to, scrolling on their subscribe feed, if they click on Earl and they're now watching Earl's feed, if they scroll up, it'll give them somebody completely random, different, that's not subscribed to them or anything. So you enter that feed. And now when you're watching a bunch of colorful kind of things on the screen with black people roaming around on tents, people that are scrolling are like, what's this? And so now with the homeless shit, he's starting to see the people stopping on those troll scrolls. I'm right. But those views only count as shorts views. I don't know what the number is exactly. There's a difference. And I'll stop there.
You lost me, man.
I know. High end YouTube stuff here, buddy.
I am totally. Well, it's also 11:10 at night, and I've been up all day. But yeah, it's funny because YouTube, right? If you stream from your desktop, you can stream both vertically, right? You can do portrait and landscape at the same time, and I guess StreamYard has that capability. You have to pay extra for it, but EVMux does not. So
EVMux, I bet, does have it. You just don't know how to do it, but it probably does have it. But I could be wrong. Okay. Have you checked? Okay. I'm
yes. Yeah, I checked. But the other thing too is it's funny because I saw a guy's got a pretty healthy stream. Was doing some on the doing so they would be good on the phone, right? And he was trying that, and it's impossible to watch on a desktop. Because the portrait mode on a desktop just sucks.
You have to configure it completely different, obviously. Oh, on the desktop. Yeah. It's people hate it on the desktop, but it's not for them.
Right.
That's why people do dual streams now. Like if you watch Eric Nagel.
You're killing me, David. That was basically what I was just saying. EVMux does not allow you to you can't dual stream with EVMux.
That's fine. I'm just saying, like Eric Nagel now. He does the stream the regular way, but he also has a second vertical stream where it's configured differently. I don't know what he probably uses a second program for it.
Gotcha. All right. In any event, man, I'm gonna say goodnight.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been done since I got here. To be honest with you, and two streams in one day, too much.
Yes,
Echo made me think this afternoon. So. In any event, guys, you should all hop over and see Ray, and he's live now. And that's it. And take a look at Echo. I think the shorts game is a cheat code. A lot of creators just do shorts because it's easy money for a 10-second clip.
It all gets decided by where the fucking eyeballs are going, dude.
Yeah, look, YouTube wants you to do shorts because the fucking app on the phone that's like most of the phone when I go open the app is shorts. Yeah. And there's very little and that's the other thing too is if I'm watching Dave Sauer and like you said, I scroll up or down, I'm not seeing another Dave Sauer. I'm seeing something totally different. I
have a feeling they're going to do a YouTube. They're going to start splitting it off more because even they're talking about monopoly bullshit. They're going to split off. At least they're going to be like YouTube music, YouTube podcasting. That'll still be video, but it'll be the long form stuff. And then YouTube will be shorts and anything that's like 40 minutes. Maybe they'll have a cap. I don't know. Maybe they won't.
I don't know. We have to figure. I wonder what the like how Instagram compares against YouTube or TikTok. Good night, everybody. It's been a blast.
Yeah,
I'll see you all on Thursday with
Zoom
Pat Dixon, 8 o'clock Thursday night.